This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV. 5 things you need to know for this Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. I'm Derek Gilbert. Item number 5 today, Lebanon. As we're recording this on Tuesday morning, reports keep coming in of thousands of people injured as pagers used by the Hezbollah terrorist group across Lebanon exploded simultaneously Tuesday morning. I have no idea how this works. Presumably, militaries all over the world have been researching things like this, but according to reports coming out of Lebanon, Sky News Arabia, for example, reporting 2,800 injuries, 200 people in serious condition, and 9 deaths as of this recording. These presumably hacked by the Israel Defense Forces. Hezbollah blaming the IDF. Israel has yet to take credit for it. One of the wounded, according to Iranian media, was Iran's ambassador to Lebanon. Now, what was the Iranian ambassador doing carrying a pager issued by Hezbollah? Yeah, well, you can answer that question, I think. 4 people reportedly injured in Damascus, Syria, when a pager exploded inside a car there. Now, according to one report, Arab sources claimed an American EC-130H was spotted off the coast of Lebanon Monday. That's a plane known to be used for electronic warfare. Connection? Don't know. But again, as of this recording, nearly 3,000 wounded, 9 dead in what appears to be a very targeted electronic attack on pagers used by Hezbollah in Lebanon. And that leads to item number 4, Israel. Is Defense Minister Yoav Gallant on the way out? There were reports over the weekend, continuing into Monday, that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu getting ready to replace Defense Minister Yoav Gallant with Gideon Sa'ar of the New Hope Party, reportedly because Gallant does not want to engage in a large-scale invasion of southern Lebanon. However, Israeli media reported that Gallant met with U.S. Special Envoy Amos Hochstein, sent by President Biden or Biden's handlers, to try to negotiate a settlement between Israel and Hezbollah. Gallant reportedly told Hochstein that there is no hope for returning Israelis to their homes along the border with Lebanon without military action to push Hezbollah away from the border. This is obviously not what the White House wanted to hear, but Israel's security cabinet has updated its official goals for the war with Hamas to include to add the objective of allowing Israelis who've been displaced from the north, some 60 to 80,000 Israelis who've been living in hotels for nearly a year, and returning them to their homes. And again, the only way to do that is to push Hezbollah out of southern Lebanon. This, according to the Prime Minister's office, announcing this on Tuesday. This is now an official goal for the war. Now, Gideon Sa'ar is a former member of Netanyahu's Likud party. He is now a member of the right-wing opposition to Netanyahu, part of the New Hope Party. So bringing Sa'ar into a coalition government, not necessarily a bad thing. Senior Likud officials believe the decision to get rid of Gallant, which Netanyahu's been considering for some time, was prompted by the United Torah Judaism Party. They're pushing for legislation to exempt some yeshiva students from military service, ultra-Orthodox students who until this point have been exempt. They are now being drafted. According to the minister who spoke to the Times of Israel, Bibi is afraid the ultra-Orthodox parties will dismantle the government, and Gallant is the obstacle to the draft exemption law, end quote. Our friend in Israel, Avi Lipkin, longtime political observer and political activist there, has said there's a joke in Israel that Israelis have elections to find out which parties have to make deals with the ultra-Orthodox to form a government. So there is some truth to that. But the question is this: if Gallant is now reportedly in favor of military action in southern Lebanon, was the story about the split between Netanyahu and Gallant simply disinformation to put Hezbollah on, basically throw them off the scent? Because if you're getting ready to invade a country, wouldn't your first step be to disrupt communications, especially among the enemy's upper command? By the time you see this information may be obsolete. I'm speculating. Bear in mind, I have no military experience, no experience with military intelligence. And there are those who question my intelligence altogether, but that's another story. Anyway, a lot of interesting developments happening in Israel as regards the situation in the north and the security situation there. over the last couple of days, and we'll be keeping a close eye on this. Topic number 3, Ryan Wesley Routh, the man accused of attempting to assassinate President Trump at his golf course in Florida on Friday. A lot of questions about this guy that I don't want to dive too deep into speculation without any information, but there are questions that are worth asking. How is a guy with a long rap sheet going back 20 years available to people who have access to such things online? It's been posted to social media. How is he able to get a passport and fly to Ukraine? I mean, this guy's been charged with felonies in the past, including one, and I don't claim to understand this, but if I understood the abbreviation on the rap sheet correctly, possession of a weapon of mass destruction in 2002. How is somebody like this able to get a passport, much less fly to Ukraine, a war zone, and then openly engage in what appeared to be operations to recruit foreign fighters for the Ukrainian military? I mean, this guy was making no secret of what he was doing. He had a very extensive presence on social media. He was hanging out, apparently, with the neo-Nazi Azov Brigade, even appeared in a propaganda video for the Azov Battalion. I mean, these are the guys who openly fly the Nazi symbols from World War II, which the corporate media really downplays to say that doesn't really mean what it means. No, it does mean what it appears to look like. These guys are not neo-Nazis. They're like actual Nazis. And that's who Routh was hanging around with. And he's also openly a supporter of people like Bernie Sanders, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden. Not convenient for the official narrative from the corporate media. Routh even self-published a book encouraging the government of Iran to assassinate President Trump. As of this recording, that book's still available at Amazon. So is it plausible with a guy with this much of a presence on social media flew so far under the radar that law enforcement and intelligence services had no idea of what he was doing or up to until he put a gun through the shrubbery around Trump's golf course Sunday afternoon? Don't know. Topic number 2, Harris loses CNN. When you're a Democrat and you lose CNN, you've really gone too far. Kamala Harris's campaign account on X, formerly Twitter, has gone so far over the line that CNN is now calling it out for lying. CNN calling the campaign repeatedly deceptive, the campaign's social media account, that is. On X, it's at Kamala HQ. CNN saying it's misleadingly clipped and incorrectly captioned videos to take shots at Donald Trump. Some examples include taking Trump out of context, quoting about immigration, and of course that infamous quote about very fine people on both sides regarding that Charlottesville rally in Virginia several years ago, where Trump openly, on video, called out the neo-Nazis and white supremacists who said should be totally condemned. That's not what you hear from Harris's campaign. In fact, she repeated that lie during their debate last week. Anyway, CNN described the account as an irreverent attack dog. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the account's managers claiming that CNN is lying, and they have refused to correct any of the misstatements posted to X. Coming up, a shocking new study finds the true cause of global warming. You'll never guess what it is. It's next on 5 and 10.
We want to make sure you know how you can get your copy of this incredible new work in the Carl Gallup's Ultra Collection. When you order this amazing collection from the skywatchtvstore.com, you'll receive the brand new book, Eyes to See, Is Our World Ready for the Coming Visitation by the legendary Pastor Carl Gallups, where for the first time ever, you'll discover what the Israel link truly is and the gravitous prophetic significance it holds in the times we're living in right now. You will learn about the real-life supernatural encounter that will open your eyes to see the spiritual realm like never before. Eyes to See will make certain you are spiritually ready for the coming visitation. And it uncovers massive treasures of astonishing insight previously hidden in Scripture and revealed specifically for our day. You'll also receive the amazing books, The Summoning, Preparing for the Coming Days of Noah, and Glimpses of Glory by Pastor Carl Gallups that take you from the Garden of Eden to Jesus' glorious return, and a cosmic collision of biblical truth that explodes to life upon the tapestry of the mind and soul. For a very limited time while supplies last, you'll also receive the Summoning Companion DVD. Join Pastor Carl Gallups for this incredible, exclusive two-part sermon. From living without fear in the midst of our prophetic age, to the questions surrounding what Jesus is telling his people through the prophecy of the fig tree and the return of Israel. This companion DVD is a must-have. These items hold a retail value of $85. Yours now for your donation of only $40, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. So don't delay. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Carl Gallups Ultra Collection.
Item number 1 today, a new study finds the true cause of global warming. So disturbing that Grace, the rescue dog, has to come over to keep me calm here. On August 14th, you might remember, President Biden released the National Heat Strategy, a heat strategy for 2024 to 2030, fulfilling a promise he made in July to take additional action to address human-caused climate change, which, according to the IPCC, the International or Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, branch of the United Nations, they claim it's caused by carbon dioxide emitted by human activity. Well, a new study authored by Ned Nikolov, a physical scientist researcher affiliated with Colorado State University, and Carl Zeller, a retired U.S. Forest Service meteorologist, published their study, found that global warming recently has nothing to do with carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Instead, after analyzing satellite data, the two researchers conclude the Earth has warmed because it's absorbing more sunlight due to reduced global cloud cover. Nikolov said Earth's reduced cloud cover could have several causes, including galactic cosmic rays, solar wind, interactions between the sun's and Earth's magnetic fields. Quote, "We have hypotheses about what's driving the cloud cover changes, but we don't have an exact mechanism or a conclusive theory. This is why we cannot mathematically describe it yet in a model to make predictions," end quote. So, two takeaways here. Number 1, global warming is due to more sunlight reaching the Earth. Who would have thought that flaming ball of gas in the sky would be responsible for global warming? Conclusion number 2, we don't know enough about the mechanism to make predictions, which leads to a firmer conclusion. Don't try to fix the problem because you don't know enough about what's causing it, and you might make things worse. In other words, don't go spraying chemtrails up there to try to reflect more sunlight back into the atmosphere, because you might just exacerbate another problem. The hubris of humanity. Yes, let's push the Earth out to a safer orbit. That's actually been suggested. Anyway, this week, Carl Gallup's our guest on the main Skywatch TV program. His new book is Eyes to See. As with all of Carl's works, jaw-dropping. Don't miss the programs. You can watch the first 3 in this series of 4 interviews with Carl at skywatchtv.com. It's on our broadcast schedule, and you can find that schedule to watch it over the air at skywatchtv.com/channels. You can also catch it at Roku or Apple TV over the internet, youtube.com/@skywatchtelevision or rumble.com/skywatchtv. You can also catch it right now on our mobile app. And that's the best way to get it because it bypasses the gatekeepers of big tech. Cut Big Brother out of your life. Get the Skywatch TV app. It is free, available for iOS, Android, and Amazon Kindle Fire phones and tablets. And we have links to their app stores at our website, skywatchtv.com/app. 5 in 10 is online, YouTube at 5 in 10, X, formerly Twitter, at 5_in_10. I guarantee we won't be fact-checked by CNN. And thank you for watching. As we keep watch, I'm Derek Gilbert. This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.